Hello, spiritual beings, and welcome. Thank you for traveling to the Phoenix Inn. Today, I'm going to be speaking about spirituality and some of the things I've learned throughout my journey with spirituality. Thank you for joining me. So, I want to talk about how spirituality isn't linear. It's not just one direction. It's something that requires lots of time and effort to cultivate. It comes naturally to some people, and with others, they have to work on it. But even with those people that are born gifted, they still come to a point where they have to learn how to work more with their energies and create a space where they're doing more rituals. There's a lot to it. So I want to get to a point of understanding where you can't just, if you do just one thing for the rest of your life in your spiritual journey, I feel personally it's limiting. So if I, for example, were to just say the same prayers every day, it's still very powerful, but what else can I do? I'm here to grow as a spiritual being. I'm here to cultivate my energy as a channeler and be able to deliver messages better than the last time, each and every time I try, and be able to heal others, myself and others, stronger than the last time. I'm always striving to be better than I was the day before. So what are some things we can do to get there? If you find that you're this type of person, that your spirituality has come to a point where it's been linear for too long, it's been too repetitive, or you want to grow but you just don't know where to turn to next, this is the video for you. So when I was younger, I always knew I was spiritual, I always knew I could channel, but I got to points where things felt stale. I just prayed, or I would just pray and I would do my usual rituals, and it was just repetitive, time after time. And I felt like there was so much growth that I had within myself that I just didn't know where to turn to find that growth. And it turned out that I had to break away from the usual patterns of doing the same rituals over and over again, doing the same prayers. And, that comes back to saying that spirituality isn't linear, It's something that I guess you can say is on a spectrum, and it takes time to cultivate. You could even quantum leap by doing some things, manifesting wise, to quantum leap to a higher, and I don't want to say level, a higher degree of spirituality, because there's degrees to it, It doesn't necessarily mean that if you're at a different degree than someone else that they're better than you or that you're lesser than. It just means they're at a different point on their journey and their spirituality. We're all spiritual beings, so no matter what, regardless of if you have a denomination or not, or if you pray or not, or if you do rituals, you are still a spiritual being. Not everyone will agree with that, but that's what this channel is for. So if that's not something you agree with, maybe you can circle back to it, who knows, but each their own. We're all spiritual beings. We can all cultivate our power. We can all cultivate divine power. We are all spiritual creators, We're all divine creators. And there's so much that we can do if we branch out, if we branch out into trying new methods, whether if it's like buying a new incense, a different scent. It can be something so small that can create such a big impact in your journey and shift you into a different degree that you didn't even know you were going to go to, So what are some things that shifted me? For example, I started meditating more. I used to try meditation when I was a teenager, and I would sit in silence, and I just felt like the words, like I had so much in my brain that I couldn't get out, and I was just too focused on trying to be silent that I couldn't be silent in my own brain. that was because I had a certain understanding of meditation, and what that looked like to me at the time was just like, because of what I saw on social media, um, in the public, like you just see people with their eyes closed meditating, breathing. They tell you to focus on breathing, but it's so much more to that. That's not to say that, meditating that way can't benefit you. It can, but just to a certain degree. But what if you meditate, you know, at a different degree? What if you go into like yogic meditations and things like that? I don't know if that's the right word, but what if you just like go back to the old world meditation and you just like get yourself some prayer beads and you meditate like that? When I say there is a significant difference in me meditating with my prayer beads versus just sitting there with my hands like this and my eyes closed and breathing, it is so different that no matter what I'm dealing with, if I go and I meditate and I'm completely immersed within that meditation and I'm doing what I have to do, I'm doing the work, when I come out of that meditation, I feel the effects of whatever meditation I was doing, because there's different types of meditations you can do. You can meditate for anything really, for success, for health, for love, for finances. You can meditate for anything. For example, I meditated for peace, to feel love, to feel grounded, to feel at ease. And I'm not going to get into what meditation I did right now, but when I did that meditation, and I did about 300 repetitions with my prayer beads, and this is a Hindu Sanatana Dharma type of meditation. There are tons of different meditations you can do out there, but this is what I chose to do. When I finished my 300 count and I got out of that meditation, I felt all of the benefits. I felt complete bliss and love. I felt it throughout the meditation, but when I got out of it, I felt bliss, I felt love, I felt divine. I felt like I could do anything. And with my circumstances in life, that wasn't really the case, but I felt that. And imagine if you continue to do that, you continue those repetitions, you continue to meditate, you can take your spirituality to a whole different degree, a whole different spectrum. And that's how some people are able to just leap to different degrees in spirituality. And you're like, wow, that person's amazing. How are they able to like make that jump so quickly? It's because they are doing the work. They are putting in the effort. And that's not to say some people just have like profound experiences and divine messages that help them leap. There are those people that have those miracles instilled within their life, and when it comes to that right time, they receive those messages and they're able to make that jump. It's very free. There's so many different ways you can grow yourself spiritually, so many different ways. If you feel, and this is a message that I'm getting from channeling, if you feel like your routine spiritually has become very stifled or very like it's holding you back, stagnant, like you're not growing from it, and you have that drive, that curiosity, that there's something more out there, there's such a bigger drive, there's more that I can do, there's more that I can feel, because this world is magical. Our words are magical. We have so much power within our words and within our actions that we are the magic. We're able to create that magic. Then this is the video for you. This is the advice for you. Go out there, try something new. And I know not everyone is as free with it. If you're spiritual, go out there. Go to a different church or something. I'm Hindu, but I go to Catholic churches. I visit Catholic churches. I visit Christian churches. I visit all the churches. Go out there, do something new, and immerse yourself within it. And go there without the conditioning in your mind that this isn't my denomination. Go and try something new to create that spark to help you grow. Learn something new. The key to growing spiritually is knowledge. The more you know, the more you learn, the more you can grow. And that is my message to the community, to the Phoenix Inn. I'm gonna draw some cards. You know, I wanted to touch a little bit more on the spirituality, but there's so much that I can say, and I don't want this video to go on for too long. So I'm gonna draw some cards and see what the divine wants me to let everyone know on this advice that I gave. And, you know, the key really is to keep trying to grow, learn more, be open to learning, deconditioning your thoughts, your values that you might have learned that are not so great, that are toxic. If you have any toxic values, decondition your mind, your brain from that, and try to learn something. So I'm going to pull a card, and I'm going to see what it says about this advice, about if you feel stagnant right now and you feel like you want to grow. We're going to see what the divine says, what the tarot says. And we're going to read from the book as usual, because we're not perfect with tarot over here, you know? I'm going to split it in two, and we're going to see what the divine says. And this is for the community. This is for the people out there that are watching, that feel like they have that drive, that they want to make that push. They want to do something new. Let's see. And we have the Three of Wands. I'm going to read out the Three of Wands to you guys and see what it says. You look out into the broader world and can bridge your abstract planning with material progress. You can clearly observe the opportunities and challenges ahead of you, and it emboldens you to continue. Your plans appear to be moving along as expected. So I'm getting that this is a message for those that are out there feeling like they're in need of some more spiritually. They're in need of more lessons. They're in need to break out of that spiritual shell, of that same routine. This is your divine message that you know what you have to do. This is your message to go out there and learn something new. Even if it's buying like a new crystal or something and learning about that crystal, or buying an incense, just do something new. Research something new. If you see signs about like a certain animal, if you keep seeing a certain animal or insect often, go research about that. That's probably your sign. And this video is your sign to go out there and start learning about yourself. Pay attention to the spiritual messages that you're getting in your own life and see where it goes. This card is your message to keep going. You know what you have to do. Thank you everyone for joining me in the Phoenix Inn. Thank you for traveling and resting here with me. I hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye-bye.